Hello, we're going to learning water series. Well, not water series, color series. We use watercolor. Okay, so basically, I'm going to use three primary color to mix secondary color and tertiary color. So we're going to start. I'm going to tell you what is primary color, what is secondary color, what is tertiary color. So primary color, I think everybody knows, is red, blue, yellow. Okay, red, blue, yellow. So I'm going to make red, blue, yellow, make other color. Okay, I'm going to use this yellow, this red, and this blue. Okay, so there's three primary color. I'm going to start with red. I made this color wheel myself. So, and also I'm going to talk a little bit more about watercolor too. Watercolor, you think about it, we don't use white. We hardly ever use white. Just thinking about, if you don't use white, how can you make the color values, darker color or lighter color? You use water. So think about water is your white. So how much water on your brush? That means how light it's going to be. If it is a lot water on your brush, you think about you have lots of white on your brush, on your color. So it's definitely going to be light, right? So you have a tiny bit of water in brush, and then you mean you have a tiny bit of white. Sometimes it's very dry, you don't have any white, but I don't think that can happen because then would be brush be too dry. Okay, so I'm going to make a more saturated color, like not then use lots of water. So see, this is red. Might use a bigger brush. Faster. If getting too dry, you can add a little bit water in here, okay? For getting too dry. But I wanted to make it more saturated, darker, kind of red, so I don't want to use lots of water. If you put lots of water, then it gets light. I think this is good. So that's red. I'll make my own color chart. Then yellow. Okay, I'm going to have count to three. 1, 2, 3. Leave 3 empty and put a yellow here. Because those 3 going to be one secondary color, 2 of tertiary colors. So I'm going to wash my brush. Make it short, then have red in there. This yellow is a little bit, had too much green there, so turn to a lemon yellow. So I'm clean up the green out of it. Lemon yellow is more cold color, so later I'm going to talk about the warm and cold color too. So it's all in the color series. So I'm going to get some yellow. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 part yellow. you practice this, actually you can literally 1, 2, 3, blue. Okay. It's ultramarine blue. It's a blue we use a lot. Actually, all those primary colors, we have to have it. Okay, so now I'm going to make secondary color. Secondary color, this primary color, right? Secondary color is red mixed with yellow, yellow mixed with blue, blue mixed with red. That's secondary color. So I'm going to put it in the middle, okay? It's kind of like a half-half, like half red, half yellow, like in the middle kind of thing. So I'm going to get some yellow, get some red. Let's make an orange color. See, that's kind of like orange, kind of like half-half, right? Don't put one too much. So it's like half-half color. Okay, that's an orange. Red and yellow make it orange, right? Now, after that, let's see what yellow and blue mix looks like. Yellow, a bit blue. Kind of like a green color, right? Need more color, seems like. The color, see, this green is not very bright. But if I make this color with this blue with yellow, they're going to be turned to be more green. I'm going to show you this actually. This two blues are different tone, and I will tell you which one is cold. See, this is a cold blue. Can you tell? It's more purplish blue. That is more greenish blue. That's a warm blue. So so when you use like a purplish blue mix with yellow, it turns to like this color. But I'm not going to use that because my primary color is not that. So I'm just going to keep doing this. But I'm going to show you later how the blue turns. Just need a more yellow because it's too light. Oops, too dark now. I guess this works. Okay, that's a green. That's yellow mixed with blue, so that's a green, right? That's the secondary color. Okay, now I'm going to show you another thing. I'm using this blue mixing with that yellow. You can't see it's big difference, the color. Because this is a yellowish blue. So when you mix with yellow, see, it's more brighterish green, because this is more closer to the yellow. This is more close to the yellow. That's more close to the purple color. Get it? So that means this two colors more close, so the color is more bright. See, that's the green. Different. See, this is green mixed with this green. That green is yellow mixed more purplish green. This green is the yellow mixed with more yellowish blue. Okay, you can't tell the difference of those two blues. Okay, that's it. Then purple. I'm going to make it purple. Purple is a hard color, very hard to make. So you got to have, I don't really think I can make a very pretty blue. Use this kind of red. I'm going to show you the different, you got to use this purplish red. I'm going to put this to red. This is what I'm talking about. This is very warm red, more like orange red. This is like a maroon red, is more purplish red. See, two red, two blues, different, cold blue, warm blue, two reds, cold red, warm red. So when you mixing with, when you want to make a purple, and it's better to use a cold red. But since my color wheel is using this red, I'm not going to use the blue purplish red. This two mixing, but won't be that purple. I'm going to show you. So this mixing with blue. See, the color is a little muddy, right? It's not like the purple we want. Actually, let me clean up more. It's more like you know, when your color gets dirty, using, oh, my color looks so dirty. What that means is you mixed with too many colors. Any color you put them together, you mixing like lots of different color together, they're definitely going to get muddy. Okay, now I'm going to put this purple here. See, it's like a very muddy purple. Oh well. I can't change because it's more like brown than purple, right? More like brown than purple. But I'm gonna show you, if you use this red with blue, you're going to get a way more bluish, right? Way more purplish. Can you see? Because this is red close to blue. This is red close to yellow. So that's why. But I already used this red, so I'm just keep using that red. Okay, that looks very bad actually. It doesn't look like a purple, but that's the best we can do. You don't need to be exactly purple, because you know, like this is more bluish purple. Okay, I'm mixing. So you have primary color, I make secondary color. Now I'm mixing the Tatari color. So Tatari color is just like, this one's more close to blue. I add more blue than red. So that's like half. This is more blue. Now I'm going to make more close to the red. Let's see what it looks like. I'm not sure it look good because this red, because our palette is very limited, this red is too yellow, so that's why it turned like that. Okay, just try this. Maybe a tiny bit of blue in there. Okay, see, okay. That's more like, it's more like brown. No, that's okay. So you don't need to do a perfect color, since we don't have that correct red, but I didn't use this red because I think this red is too blue. So actually we need a red like in between these two. Actually, if I mix these two, probably it will turn to the red I want. Let me try. See, this is fine. I just want you guys to try colors. Mix this with this. That's the red I want. Yeah, that's the red I want. See, that's kind of red. This is too orange. That's too purple. That's the red I want. Yeah, because we don't have it, but we can mix it. Mix this two together, it will become a more red color. Yeah, should do that first. Okay, no, it's okay. So after we finish that, and you're going to finish this too. Means you mixing this part is more red. You're mixing this part is more yellow. So you can, this class just practice mixing color, like how much color, how much water you're going to use, all that. So I'm going to make more red. A bit more red. Right? Then this is more yellow. Okay, then that's it. Then I'm going to put this with blue and more yellow than blue. More yellow than blue. This part is more blue than yellow. one is cold green, one is warm green. You can tell the warm green is towards the yellow, cold green towards the blue, right? That's the basic you color well. So now we're going to talk a little bit about warm color, cold color. I told you a little bit right here, right? So warm red, cold red, warm blue, cold blue, then warm green, cold green, even purple have cold purple and warm purple. So that means this part is called warm color. This part is called cold colors. So why we need to know warm color and cold color? There's one thing is if you paint landscape and you have to, actually everything when we paint, we have to use warm tone and cold tone and balance the picture. Actually in nature, when you paint landscape, most of the time, okay, a tree facing towards the sun are going to be warm color, okay? Let's get a tree here. Okay, the sun is right here, all right? Then in the shadow part, the tree going to be cold color. Okay, that's a tree. So that's a cold blue, cold green and warm green. Can you tell those two colors? That's when you use it. Because what? Because our sun is warm. So when the sun shines on the tree, it's going to be warm. And the opposite is no sun, is cold. And that's why warm color and cold color is so important to learn, right? Okay, besides that, I'm going to talk about the watercolor. And if you want to get lighter, this you probably know. And you got lighter, see, you just add water, okay? So the red become lighter. And also watercolor, I don't want you have a puddle of water on your brush, okay? Not dripping it, no. You always put like that, so the color on the brush like evenly. And you have a paper, always have a paper here. If you want to clean up a mistake, you can dry your brush and pick up some color. See, you can pick up. When it's not dry yet, you can pick it up. Then, dry brush, pick it up more. Like if you want that part to be light, right? If you want that part to be darker, just remember, just put less water. Then that part is going to be darker. It means less white. Then, of course, it's going to be darker, right? Now, I'm going to practice something. It's very interesting. It's contrary color. So what is contrary color? Is a color direct facing them. Those are cancels the brightness of color. Let's see. Red is facing the green, right? So I'm mix a green first, of course. Mix a green, right? It's a green. Actually, I put a little bit more. Okay, green, right? So I want the green not to be too bright, saturated. I put a tiny bit right in there. See the green become? It's not that bright, right? It's not as bright as that green. So now I'm thinking about, okay, I don't want this blue to be too bright. Then what I do, I add some orange. This, oops, the blue, that's orange, is red and yellow mixing orange. So here you go. See, get darker. That's the blue with orange. Turn to this color. It's not that bright anymore, right? So of course, yellow is facing purple. If you put purple in the yellow won't be that bright. But I just wanted to say, all the color, if you mixing together, lots of color together, they're definitely not going to be bright, going to be muddy, right? So be careful when you mixing lots of color together. Then if you're not clean, if the brush is not clean, if your palette not clean, if you want to get a saturated color, you cannot do that, because if you're mixing lots of different color together, they're going to get gray, going to get not saturated. See, if I'm just randomly mixing some color together, the color is not going to be so bright. It's more like an earth tone, right? More saturated. It's more dull color, right? It's like olive green, actually. That's what you should learn. Very basic. Okay, very, very basic. But I want you to learn very, very basic first, and then we can, later go on to the harder mixing color series. But here's the basic one. Okay, the dark part of the tree is cold green. The light part of the tree facing the sun is warm green. That kind of thing, right? Okay. So this class, I kind of want you to just play with the color, mixing with colors. And first you make this primary color wheel, then you can use another one to mixing different, you can use this literally this red with blue, so makes a better purple than that. Another thing is water. Okay, don't draping water like that on your paper. So always like do this on your cup, so you water evenly on the brush. And also how much water. Okay, sometimes I dip a lot, right? Sometimes when I have color here, I want a little bit light, I dip tiny bit. Okay, that's what you do. It's just like you mixing color. Do you want lots of that color, or you want a little of that color? Think about water is that. Think about water is white. So I think lots of mistake is like too much watercolor, too much water, because you don't think about water is part of the color. Okay, you don't think water is white, but you think about that water is white, then you want to get too much white, right? Then you lost your color. That's about it, this first class.